Hey, hey! Back with another video. Hello again. Been away for about a week or so. I haven't been very active or very well, so technically I'm still sort of recovering. So yeah, but then again, I'm back again with another YouTube video. I always enjoy doing these, so nice to be back again. So my last video was the Galactic World of Star Wars, and in that one, I had a preview saying that my next video is Harry Potter. So tonight, I am delivering on it. In fact, at first I had to even look back at my last video to see what I put as my preview because I actually forgot. I actually forgot what video I was going to do again. I had a few more ideas for the next one, which I have actually got one for, but that won't come until the end. So to be continued. But tonight's video is the magical world of Harry Potter. I mean, that's been around for what, 20 years, near enough, and honestly, it is one of the greatest franchises out there. I mean, it's really amazing. It's it's magical. What else can you say about that? It's just magical. Harry Potter. It's got an amazing cast. You've got Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, um, Robbie Coltrane, who unfortunately we lost. Terrible shame. Ralph Fiennes, Helena Bonham Carter. I can't remember the guy who does Dumbledore. I can't remember him. Alan Rickman, another great cast member who lost back in 2016. Maggie Smith, like Emma Thompson. Hell, even Warwick Davis. You got great, great cast members. And yeah, they were just the whole cast put together in the films. They were all really amazing. Like, you were usually introduced to brand new ones every time you watched a film, especially with Defense Against the Dark Arts teachers. That one was pretty much a running gag, like every single year. Just brilliant. And obviously as well, there was the really huge gaps in between films. Like, sometimes you'd have them about 2 or 3 years apart, but the one thing that was never far apart, literally, you could just finish and move right on to, well, the books. Now, I love reading books. I really do. In fact, throughout the whole books that I've read, Harry Potter is actually my favourite book series of all time. Literally, I will never stop wanting to read them. They are amazing. Like, they're definitely a lot more detailed out, especially in the last book, Deathly Hallows. There is so much more in there that you think could have been added into the movie, or that you just think is maybe a little bit too much because it can put in a lot of information out there, or it can just put in the information that you don't know anything about from the films because it's not even included in there. But no, either way, the books are fantastic. Like, I've read all of them, and they are truly, truly incredible. Like, I'm not sure when they were written, but I do know that the guy who played Neville Longbottom, I know he said he had read the first 4 books before he got cast as Neville. So obviously they were out long before that. So it's proper dedication, that is. I can't remember when I first started reading the books, but it must have been back in, I'd say, in primary school. So yeah, that's definitely my memory of it, and the covers on the books, they were always so fantastic. Like they were so imaginative. And in some of the books, you just knew that something was going to happen before seeing the films. Like, what the hell? You've got a big, massive spoiler there. But I suppose that's the best thing about books. It's just really amazing. So yeah, but aside from the books, the films as well, they're brilliant. I love the book. I love the films as well as the books. You definitely get more. I would say emotion, more in depth of the emotion with the films. I mean, you get it with the books too. I mean, hell, I got emotional. I got teary through the last book. Definitely, you connect with it. But then again, you also connect with the films too because of the characters. Like you get so um oh connected with them. I suppose you get really connected with the characters and the cast members itself. So you obviously don't want to see, say, a certain cast member die. You don't want to see that. You know it's going to happen in the book, but you don't want to see it happening in the film because you know straight away. Well, Niagara Falls, literally in my case for some of them. So as it starts off, so obviously I'm gonna do exactly what I've been doing with my other ones, my favourite films in order, but I'm not including the books. Not doing the books in this case just because that will take way too long. So today, just the films. So my favourite film, my top one out of all the Harry Potter films is number 3, Prisoner of Azkaban. Now the reason why I put that is because I remember it so well as a kid. My sister got it for a Christmas present in 2004, and we watched the film together. I didn't really understand it that much. I mean, I watched the first 2 movies previous before it, but then again, as a kid, I don't really get it. Like, it's that same thing again. Exactly like what it was with Star Wars when I was a kid. You watch it a couple of times, you don't really get it at first. You watch it more as an adult or when you're growing up and you love it more. But yeah, Prisoner of Azkaban has always been the one for me that has always made me laugh. It's got great scenes in it. It's just completely amazing. Like I love that one so much. Like the talking head in the bus, like the night bus. that is really funny. You got Professor Lupin. He was an amazing character. You had the Dementors in it for the first time. You obviously have the trio looking a little bit more older this time, so it was good to get them in a sense of later teens, because I don't even know how old they were then. You got a better look at Hagrid's character, I would suppose. You got Buckbeak. Oh my god, Buckbeak, he was so cute. And you also had Sirius Black. So yeah, it was a fantastic film. You've got that bit of it being a little bit dark, but it's still amazing. Like I just love the film, especially the night bus scene. Like now, me and a mate from work, we were literally laughing our heads off with all of that. Like we were doing impressions of Stan Shunpike and the talking head, and it's really funny. Like I don't think I've laughed so much in work. I was literally laughing off the ceiling. It was brilliant. Yeah, so that film is clearly my top one. My second one is Deathly Hallows Part 2. Now, I remember going to see that film in 2011. I remember seeing it in the cinemas. I was only 12 at the time. I literally remember it because I was a huge Harry Potter fan back then. This is going, 2011? So 11 years ago. It was an amazing film. I didn't really know what was coming. So it was quite unexpected. Like, I do remember back in either 2009 or 2010, there was the big two-part trailer. Combined for both the Deathly Hallows films. So basically, I was proper waiting for that one because I really just wanted to see the Battle of Hogwarts. I wanted to see the big ultimatum come between Voldemort and Harry, and honestly, it was an amazing film. Like, the first part of it, just, I would say, like, until they get to Hogwarts, I'd say that's when it really moves on. I mean, obviously, it moves on at first because you go to Gringotts, you get all that. Well, you get all the drama really. You get all of that. But no, Deathly Hallows. It was, it was an amazing two-parter. It was definitely one of the ones that got me sitting on the edge of my seat. And hell, I got emotional with it. I'm not joking. I got emotional. I started crying. It got me, particularly when you see that Fred's gone, and you just thinking, no, how can you split up the Weasley twins? How can you do that? That was just cruel. And then you see Remus and Tonks together, and you're just like, no, you've done that too. What are you thinking? And oh my god, it proper shocked me. It literally got to my heart. I was so upset. I was just sitting there in the cinema on my own, an 11-year-old, or 12-year-old, sorry, crying his eyes out just because there are people dead. I felt like a complete and utter sadder. Although I was in the big screen. Oh, yeah. I was also off school as well, which I shouldn't have been, but still, that's all those years ago. No one cares about that now. I was off. Big deal. Yes, I was skiving. Yeah, but my next film is Half-Blood Prince. Now, oh, you know what? I'm actually surprised I didn't put Half-Blood Prince at number 2, but it's definitely there in the top 3. So Half-Blood Prince, I also remember going to see that in the cinemas. Unfortunately, it was with someone who I do not like, but yeah, that's completely beside the point. I went to go see it in the cinema again. It was a really good film. It was a lot darker than what I expected. Like, I'm just sitting there thinking, this is a little bit too dark for me. Why am I watching this? But then again, a great film. Like, obviously you definitely see the bigger connection. Really, you see it as more as a big makeup with Dumbledore and Harry. You definitely see that all of that guilt from the last film has really pushed into this one. You bringing in Slughorn, who is taking up his leader as potions master again, and there you actually see Professor Snape literally going into defense against the dark arts this time, which you didn't actually see him teaching, so there was a little bit of no point to that, really. But still, you learn about the Horcruxes for the first time, which was a hell of an interesting thing. Like, I didn't even know what the hell is a Horcrux, but then you figure out it's part of Voldemort's soul. He's scattered them around, and every little bit of it kills him. So yeah, brilliant film. The next one for me was Chamber of Secrets. Now, I remember as a kid, Chamber of Secrets was actually the one that I also enjoyed as a kid. Like, I really did. You had Dobby the House Elf. Harry was a little bit more. Well, all of the characters actually were a little bit more mature, which was a good thing to see. Like, that obviously the voices had gone a little bit deeper since the first film, because in the first film they just sound like babies, literally. And you just see the film in a completely different way. You see it all more grown up. You see it in a good, funny way. But unless you are arachnophobic, the spiders, now they will completely mug you off. People will literally get so scared of them. Like, hell, I even got completely frightened when I first saw massive spiders like that. I mean, what did they call them again? Oh, it wasn't arachnid. It was like I can't remember the name of them. They were definitely like it wasn't arachnids. It will come to me. The name. The name will literally come to me. But those spiders, they were just acromantula. That's the one. Acromantula. I knew it was going to come to me. Yeah. It's just not a thing that you would seem to remember, but still, it was completely creepy as hell. Obviously, you see Tom Riddle, who was really revealed to be Voldemort, and it was just, yeah, it was really good film. I loved it. It was great as a kid. The next one for me, Goblet of Fire. Now, again, I'm surprised I haven't moved it up higher. Like, so far, I'm on what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm in the 5th film right now, Goblet of Fire. That's for me. Now, honestly, that film for me, I thought it was a bit too dark. Because obviously, well, some parts of it you wouldn't really think so, but then other parts you would. I mean, you've got the Mer Lake, for instance. You've got all those mer people, and seeing all of those people down in the lake, like you had Hermione, Ron, Cho, Fleur's sister. You're just thinking, what the hell are they doing underneath this massive lake? Why are they not there with the others? Are they not breathing? Like, that kind of thing just kind of creeped me out as a kid. Like, they are literally under the water, somehow able to breathe, and it just looks like as if they're dead. It's just really, really creepy. And then the whole maze scene. Oh my god, that massive maze? Whew! I would literally get claustrophobic in that thing. It's a great film. But then, come on, the graveyard? You seeing Voldemort actually coming back? And then the whole slitting Harry's wrist because of the knife? I mean, Although David Tennant was in the film, so big props to David Tennant for that. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, my favourite Doctor. So yeah, I've put that one at number 5, and a good reason for that as well. Mm-hmm. So the next one I've also got Order of the Phoenix. So that is literally the one right after Goblet of Fire. That one was quite a good one actually. I liked that one. It was you see Dumbledore's army try and rise up against the Death Eaters, which is also you see a lot of the characters actually come out in their own. You see them develop a lot more. So that was really good to see a lot more of a development in the characters. You're also introduced to Luna Lovegood. You're also introduced to Luna Lovegood. Whoops. But you see a lot more characters in that one, and you see them all like rising up, and it's just really great to see. It's like the younger version of the Order of the Phoenix. You're seeing like they were inspired by the adults, and now they're rising up on their own, which is just brilliant. The next one, Philosopher's Stone. Now that one for me, you know what? Thinking back to it, really good as a kid, but then you're getting older, you're watching it again, and you're thinking, oh god, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? So, yeah, I loved the film though. It was, it was really good. I have no problem against the film. It's really good for a first one. It's what brought the franchise out. But you know, yeah, it's just that thing about it that kind of just niggles me a little bit, just gets a little bit annoying about it. And then the last one, and I'm surprised I've got this one down, Deathly Hallows Part 1. Now, watched it in the cinemas. Just, it doesn't obviously give you the bigger buzz like what the other ones did. It had some really good scenes, but it just, it didn't have the magic. To me, it just felt like it didn't have the magic of what it did with the other films. It just seemed a little bit too, here they are on the run kind of thing, doing this, doing that. Doesn't really, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with the film, but it was just that thing missing it for me, really. It could have done with a lot more magic. I mean, I will admit, though, I did like the first part in Malfoy Manor when all the Death Eaters were gathered together and then the chase in the woods. Loved that bit. It was brilliant. And destroying the Horcrux. That was really, really good. And Dobby's death. I mean, come on, Dobby's death. Who would have thought it? What? Oh, Dobby's death. And I even forgot to mention the other deaths in the films. Like, alright, so Dumbledore's death, I cried. Severus Snape, cried again. Well, actually, no, I had half tears, so I didn't really cry. I had tears in my eyes, that's what I got. Sirius Black death, it happened too quick. Cedric Diggory happened way too quick, didn't get a chance. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yep, that was it. But also, like, so that's the films. But there is something I would like to see. And not just as a film. But I've read the book. But it is also in theatres. Oh, dearie me. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Now, I really want to see that. I would love to see it. God knows, though, the tickets must cost a bomb, but they need to bring that out as a film. I've read the book of it, like the script, and it was absolutely fantastic. It still kind of puts me off, though, about how Bellatrix and Voldemort actually got together and all that kind of stuff. That is actually very, very dodgy. Proper dodgy. Nuh-uh. Why the hell would they do that? Why? But, no, I would love to see it as a film. Like, the characters are definitely older enough now to bring it back. Obviously, though, there are some scenes in there, so they would need a few cast changes, especially with Alan Rickman for Severus Snape. But then again, if they were going to do it, I'd say they get a younger version, because you can't replace Alan Rickman. Like, he is one of a kind and pretty much the only one who can play Professor Snape. Like, he's the only one. You may see him as like some sort of badass in the films, but then you see him with a heart in the end. And, honestly, he was an amazing actor. Same with Hagrid. Like, obviously with Robbie Coltrane. Like, he said in the Harry Potter reunion, he said that he won't live on, but Hagrid will. And honestly, Robbie Coltrane, he was an actor who I really would have wanted to meet. Who I would have loved to have met him. Like, he was amazing. He really, really was. Yeah, it is a hell of a shame, that one. It really is a shame. We lost an amazing actor. In fact, we've lost quite a few amazing actors from Harry Potter. You lost Richard Griffiths, who played Uncle Dursley, like Vernon. You lost him. You lost the first actor who played Professor Dumbledore in the first two films, and he did a fantastic job. He really did. And then, obviously, you just lost Robbie Coltrane. You've had quite a few actors as well. It's a proper shame. So, yeah. But no, the West End show, which is also on Broadway in America, I'd love to see it one day. But then again, it's not just the Harry Potter films. It's also the Fantastic Beasts one as well. Now, you may not think they're connected to Harry Potter, but they are. Like, they haven't got Harry in them, but it is like a flashback. So you've got it from the 1920s to the 1930s, like decades before Harry Potter was even born, before the whole Chosen One thing was revealed, or even Voldemort. Like, you had nothing like that, but you had Newt Scamander and Gellert Grindelwald. So you had all of that. You still had, like, the Wizards' War kind of thing, so it's still early on point, but it is still brilliant. I mean, they've got 3 of the films now. I don't know whether they're going to do another one. I don't know whether they're going to do another Fantastic Beasts film, just because I know they haven't been as popular. But the cast members they've had in that, they have been good. And I do like the films. But then again, it isn't exactly Harry Potter. Because, well, you know, there's just that element of difference. There's the element of difference. That's all there is. But then again, those 3 films, they are fantastic as well as all of the 8 films of Harry Potter. So, yeah, that is basically me on the magical world of Harry Potter tonight. I've enjoyed going on about this subject because, well, it's brilliant. They've got, like I said, they had great cast members. I even forgot to mention Julie Walters. Like, she was hilarious. And, yeah, it's a brilliant franchise. Anyone who hasn't watched it, I definitely recommend it. I mean, hell, you see merch pretty much everywhere. And if I was going to be choosing which house I wanted to be in Harry Potter, for me, it's Gryffindor all the way. Gryffindor all the way, because Red Lion, I love the colour red, I love a lion, I love lions, so yeah, Gryffindor for me, all the way. And would I see myself on the Quidditch team? No, because I've got no sense of sport or even coordination, so I would be screwed on a broomstick. So yeah, but tonight, I'm also leaving you with another preview for my next video. I'm not sure when I'll do it. I'll probably do it again tomorrow. But, considering it's coming up close to it, the next video will be Christmas movies. And quite frankly, it's definitely appropriate for it because Christmas is a week away and I am wearing my Christmas jumper, so I may as well support it. So yeah, my next video will be Christmas movies. I hope you all tune into the next one. Hope you all enjoy this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.